G'day guys, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we are going to be going over my round 8 tips and predictions, and we're also going to go over my round 7 tips and predictions to see how I did in last week. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Now, starting off with my round 7 tips and predictions, I got a total of 8 out of 9. I got only one tip incorrect, which is good. So the first game at MCG, Richmond versus Melbourne, I tipped Melbourne by 10 points. Melbourne ended up getting the job done by 43, meaning I was about 33 points off. Then Collingwood Essendon, I got Essendon winning, and no matter what, I would have got that tip correct because it was a draw, first time in ages for an Anzac Day game. And then later that day, GWS versus Brisbane Lions. I tipped Brisbane. Brisbane won by very, very comfortably. And then on a Friday, for Port Adelaide versus St Kilda, Port Adelaide ended up winning by 10. So far I'm on a roll. And then on the Saturday, unexpected tips. Some unexpected tips, some good tips, in my opinion. I got Adelaide obviously went into North Melbourne. Geelong nearly lost to Carlton, but they held their lead to go 7-0, which is good. They might go 8-0 this week. Who knows? Alright, Optus Stadium, this is where my tips started. This is where I lost my tip. I tipped Western Bulldogs. Fremantle ended up winning. Who turned out that Banfield was actually good. He missed 3 good shots in the derby, and he absolutely slaughtered 2. Alright, Sunday, I tipped West Coast in the video, but then I changed my tip to Gold Coast. But I got Gold Coast correct. But West Coast really should have won. It was a biased game. It was 30-18 in the free kick counters, which is absolutely horrendous. West Coast really should have been able to at least get a good contest that game. But the game's over. I can't change the fact that it ended up like that. But then last game of the round, Hawthorn versus Sydney. Sydney obviously won. And I did put my joker in the Cardman 22 tips. But first of all, let's see who is leading my competition. I'm currently 9th on my thing. And the leader is Flag Coast, which I'm pretty sure, I don't know if that's CJ Coast or not. No, it's not CJ Coast, it's just Flag Coast. So the second is AFL Goat HQ, and third is Jazz 3005. Special mentions to Scraz, Footy Star, who are 6 and 7. So, in my opinion, it's a very, very even competition. Like the top 10 is only separated by 3 points. So, yeah, it's good. Very, very good. Let's get into the round 8 tips. Starting off on the Thursday, we got the showdown. Adelaide taking on Port Adelaide. Now, Adelaide got a very, very comfortable win against North Melbourne, but it's North Melbourne. And Port Adelaide, they've been doing very, very well recently. The only people good in form, and that's the only team. And I'm going to take the favourite for this game. It's an even game. It's an even matchup, but it's quite kind of obvious who's going to win this game. It is Port Adelaide, and I'm going Port Adelaide to win this game by, I'm going to say it's a close one. I'm going to say 15 points. Now on the Friday, we got Carlton versus Collingwood, another even matchup. Both teams are playing very, very well this year. Carlton having a better year, though. Carlton having a better year. They're doing very, very well. Collingwood, they started their season off a little bit rocky, picked it up a little bit. But what I've seen so far this season, I've got nothing else to say. Carlton will beat the reigning premiers. Carlton will beat the reigning premiers. They're doing very, very well. Now on the Saturday to start off, we got the Battle of the Bridge. Very, very even contest. It's third versus second. It's going to be one of the best games of the round, most likely. So far, Sydney are looking like they're going to win this game. It's at the SCG, so they play very, very well, the SCG. But GWS have been playing absolutely insane footy. And I love this footy that GWS have been playing, so I'm going to tip GWS Giants to win this game. Now at Marvel Stadium, this just seems like an easy win for St Kilda. St Kilda versus North Melbourne at Marvel, so it's an easy win for St Kilda. Can't even say anything about North Melbourne. It's an easy win for St Kilda. And at the MCG, Melbourne taking on Geelong. Geelong is 7-0, going to be fudge. Geelong is 7-0, going into 8-0. But I hope Geelong go at 8-0, so I'm just going to tip Geelong. I really hope they do go 8-0. Now at Optus Stadium, we have West Coast taking on Essendon. This is a very, very even matchup, I'd say, honestly. Even though Essendon have been winning the past couple of times, it's gonna be a fair game, I'd say. It's gonna be a fair game. Obviously, last time we played Essendon was last year, and we ended up losing by 1 point, which is very, very disappointing. But it's going to be a 50-50. I even asked Sunny GFC. He said it's going to be a 50-50 too. But we got Harley Reid back, Tom Barras back. Liam Ryan could play better than how he played on the weekend. Even though we should have won, we were robbed last weekend. But yeah, I'm going to go West Coast. We're home, good home atmosphere. We obviously saw how the home atmosphere went in the West Coast Richmond and also a West Coast Freo game. So I'm going to go with West Coast Essendon. I'm going to go with West Coast. Now on the Sunday games, I'm starting off with Richmond versus Fremantle. Richmond is 16th, Fremantle 8th. Kind of obvious who's going to win. Richmond, they look good. In my opinion, they look good at the MCG. Obviously, they didn't look good on the Wednesday night, but I reckon they're doing very, very well. Richmond and Freo have a big rivalry. We obviously remember David Mundy goal after the siren. There's a lot of other iconic stuff that's happened during that matchup. So this is quite a big game for the year. But I reckon Fremantle are going to win this. I've got faith in Fremantle. They'll be able to win this game, I reckon. And then at Marvel Stadium, it's an obvious win for Western Bulldogs. Western Bulldogs versus Hawthorn. Hawthorn is 17th. Western Bulldogs are set to win this game, I'd say. Western Bulldogs are set to win this game. And at the Gabba, last game of the round, it is the Q Clash. Brisbane taking on Gold Coast. Brisbane are looking better. Gold Coast are higher on the ladder. I am going to say Gold Coast to win this game. They play very, very good footy. Jake Rogers got the round 7 rising star, which is good. And he's going to definitely put on a performance in the Q Clash. So I'm going to go with Gold Coast to win that game. Now, thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.